Alright, so we're going to be doing the PlayStation controller tier list. And first off, I just want to say that I'm finally done posting memes on my channel, at least for now. I have 4 more videos that I'm going to be uploading today, and if you've been watching the content on my channel recently, I think that you are going to enjoy them. Anyway, let's get this tier list started here. So first off, the PlayStation 1 controller. The grips are good, the face buttons feel nice, tactile, responsive. So do the bumpers and the triggers. The triggers are a bit small. The D-pad is easily my biggest complaint. It feels quite stiff. And on this controller, that's the only way to control yourself. So that bumps a B-tier controller to a C-tier controller for me. Now we've got the PlayStation 1 controller with the analog sticks. I've never used it, so I'll put that in haven't used. And now we've got the PlayStation 2 controller. The grips feel about the same as the PlayStation 1 controller. The face buttons too. The analog sticks, I can't rate the veracity of the PS1 analog controller analog sticks. But the D-pad feels a lot less stiff, which is welcome. The bumpers feel about the same. The triggers feel better and are larger too. So we'll put the PlayStation 2 controller in B here. And now the PlayStation 3 controller. The grips are a bit shorter, which I don't like, but the controller makes up for in almost every other category. The analog sticks are phenomenal. The face buttons are just great. The D-pad is a bit stiffer than the PS2s, but not as stiff as the PS1s. Unfortunately, I would have liked it to be like the PS2s, but the bumpers are still good. I think they're the same size. They could be a small bit larger. The triggers are larger too, thankfully, and they travel down much further, which feels great in just about every game that uses them. So the PS3 controller is going in A. Now we've got the PS4 controller, a fundamental redesign from the previous 4 controllers here. The grips are actually grippy now, also larger too, which is a welcome change. The face buttons still feel good, although definitely a different design. This is the best D-pad out of any PlayStation controller, I have to say. The touchpad feels good, surprisingly responsive. The option button, the share button are there, tucked away. They don't interfere much. And the triggers, I have to say, even better than the PS3s, and the bumpers are also larger too. So this is going in A, behind the PlayStation 3 controller. Actually, you know, I think I'm going to put this ahead of the PlayStation 3 controller. And now I've got the PS5 controller, another pretty big redesign here. The grips are once again still grippy. It is a really large controller, and I like that as someone with large hands. The face buttons might be the best out of any PlayStation controller, but I don't like the D-pad that much. It feels quite stiff. But the analog sticks definitely make up for it. They feel great, responsive, a very short dead zone, which I like in controllers. The touchpad is there. The share button and the options button are also tucked away, still aren't interfering with anything. The triggers are the bumpers are very large, which I like very much, and the triggers, oh boy, the triggers, the adaptive triggers, or whatever the fuck PlayStation's calling them, they are great. S-tier controller, and I know nothing about the PlayStation 5 Pro controller, so it's going into haven't used. And that's the PlayStation 3 controller tier list. PlayStation 3 controller tier list. What the fuck am I talking about? The PlayStation controller tier list. That's just about it. See ya.